Long ago, in the ancient land of Canaan, there lived a giant of immense and formidable stature. He stood 12 cubits tall, a mountain of a man, with a face that struck fear into the hearts of many. Yet within his broad chest beat a restless heart, yearning to serve the most powerful king in existence. He wandered far until he found a monarch of great renown, believed to be the world's mightiest ruler. The giant served him faithfully until a minstrel sang of the Prince of Darkness. Seeing the king tremble and cross himself in fear, the giant realized this master served a hidden terror. He vowed to find the one the king truly feared and serve him instead. Into the sun-scorched desert he strode, seeking the one called the Devil. Soon he met a cruel and horrible knight, leading a dark, shadowy host. "I am he," the knight declared with a cold smile. Believing he had finally found the ultimate power, the giant joined the Shadow's march, hoping to find his true purpose at last. As they traveled together, they came upon a wooden cross standing silent against the vast sky. The Dark Knight recoiled in terror, fleeing through thorns and jagged rocks to avoid its shadow. The giant marveled at this sudden fear. The knight whispered that he was sore afraid of the man who died upon that holy wood. Realizing the Dark Knight was not the greatest power, the giant departed once more. He wandered through valleys and over peaks, asking everyone he met where he might find the one called Christ. His search was long, and his feet grew weary, but his soul remained alight with a strange, flickering hope to find the greatest Lord. At last, he found a holy hermit living in a quiet cave. The old man spoke of a king who required fasting and long prayers to be served. "I cannot do these things," the giant sighed, his massive hands resting on his knees. "How then can I serve this king who is mightier than all other lords?" The hermit pointed to a rushing, treacherous river where many travelers perished in the deep floods. "Build a hut there," the hermit suggested softly. "Use your great strength to carry the weak across the waters. In serving the least of these, you shall surely find the king you seek." The giant agreed with a humble heart. Seasons passed as he lived by the churning river, his staff a sturdy palm tree trunk. One dark and stormy night, a small, sweet voice called from the bank. A tiny child stood there, asking to be carried across the rising flood. The giant hoisted the boy onto his broad, muscular shoulders and stepped into the water. Step by step, he entered the freezing torrent. With every stride, the child grew heavier, as if he bore the weight of lead. The waters roared, and the giant stumbled, gasping for breath under a burden that felt like the entire universe pressing down upon his weary, straining back. He feared they would both be lost. Upon reaching the far shore, he set the child down gently, panting from the effort. "Why were you so heavy?" he gasped. The child smiled, a light more brilliant than the sun radiating from his face. "You have borne not only the world," the boy replied, "but also the Creator who made it upon your shoulders." To prove his word, the child commanded him to plant his dry staff in the earth. By morning, the wood had sprouted green leaves and sweet dates, a living miracle in the sand. The giant's heart overflowed with joy. He had finally found his true master, the King of all kings, through simple, loving service. He spent his final days preaching of this love in the city of Lycia, until he gave his life as a martyr for the truth. We remember him as the Christ-bearer, the patron of all travelers. He is Saint Christopher, whose immense strength was perfected in the gentle service of the Christ child. Saint Christopher, pray for us.